There we go. All right, pull up this link. Hello, people of the world. Okay, Discord is finally starting to come up. Oh, I forgot to pull up a track map. Dang it. There we go. Alright. You ready?
Yep.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the UDL F1 League, round number 7 of Season 2 here on F1 2019 at the Austrian GP. My name, of course, is Mr. Damage, and once again, I'm joined by everybody's favorite co-commentator, Jonathan M. Ledoux. How are you doing today, John?
I am doing great for that, and thank you for that intro. Gotta love it.
Absolutely. I love doing it. It hypes me up, you know. It gives me the energy I need to get through my day, just like, well, I'm not sponsored, so I'm not going to say that. That's... Now we have a nice party going on here in the pit lane as all these drivers are leaving.
This is a very active pit lane for the first time this season.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that it's this active directly at the start here. We've got the two Ferraris out first. We got Sinister Owl, won his first race a couple of weeks ago at Monaco. I'll follow him around for his qualifying lap and my breakdown of this race, of this track here, the A1 ring as it's properly said here in Spielberg, Austria. Last time out we had an absolute banger of a race in Canada. Breezy took the victory ahead of Pecan and Snipper Pig. Breezy with an amazing strategy that came through his own wrongdoing by crashing and causing a safety car, and then in turn he got a good strategy. But here we have Sinister going down into turn 1 in that Scarlet Ferrari, braking at about the 100-meter board for turn 1. You don't want to go out onto that curb too far because you can get stuck on it and lose a ton of time. Here we come up towards the heaviest braking zone on the circuit. He's purple in the first sector, but immediately beaten by his teammate behind him in the other Ferrari. It looks like he had a really good hairpin there. Now he blasts down the hill towards the speed trap right before turn number 4. This is, in my opinion, the hardest turn on the track. Very easy to understeer wide there, and if you touch that curb, you will be dragged all the way out into the grass. Now through this fast double left-hander of turn 6 and 7. You need to use as much road as possible here to be able to gain as much extra speed. And now through turn 8, the flat out right hand kink, and up towards the 2 right hand kinks at turns 9 and 10 to lead you back onto the pit straight. Turn 9 and now turn 10, those curbs extremely dangerous in most racing sims, and Sinister Owl comes across the line, does a 105.58.
And is immediately beaten by Breezy with a 104.762.
In the practice session, the fastest drivers in quali pace were the two Alphas, closely followed by Ferraris. So look out for those red cars here in this GP. Lucas pops in a time, goes all the way up to P3. Lucas has been showing a lot of good quality pace here as of recently, really stepping it up since last season. As Lucas pulls to the right side to Haas by, and the Haas follows him straight into the wall. Dreamsy from McLaren puts it up into P2 with a 105.0.
Right. Here we go. You are next.
See, we've got a lot of them coming into the pits. It looks like a Williams car and Snipper are crossing the line once again. Snipper Pig goes up to provisional pole on his second lap on the set of tires with a 104.665. Good lap from the Ferrari driver Get that money and run. Struggling to get in a lap that doesn't get invalidated. That's 2 now. It was still no time on the boards. Ripper Rick starting his first lap. We've got a caution in the third sector. Oh, I'm going to stay with Get That Money and Run. He just went purple in the first sector here. I'm going to see what he can do. So now he comes blasting down to the to turn 4.
Imperial. Their lap moves up to 10th with a 106.3.
Now, let's see what Get That Money and Run's looking like in the middle sector. He's purple in the middle sector as well. This could be a really good lap from the Red Bull driver. He might have just been sandbagging just a little bit in that practice session. Let's see what he can do in this third sector. Only 2 more turns await him. If he can go cleanly through these turns and be fast, they look damn good. Let's see what he can do onto the DRS, and he will cross the line. Oh, he lost it all in those final sector. A 106.095. For the Red Bull driver, puts him in P9.
Very impressive pace in those first 2 sectors from Get That Money and Run, though.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very surprised that he lost that much time in that lap. It looked pretty clean in that third sector.
That just shows you how competitive this really is. Just something that looks completely clean in the third sector just has the potential to lose so much time.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching practice earlier. I spectated the entire 1-hour practice session for the most part, and man, it was just so nice to watch, to see these drivers, how smooth steering inputs all the way down the grid now, even on controller. It's really fun to see.
It's like Get That Money and Run is going into the pit lane.
Continuing on their lap. That's Kill the Birdman. Let's see what he can do. He goes up into P9, so currently in the top 10. Shawsome starting a lap. He's on his out lap there. Let's see, we've got Breezy and Racer X coming around the final corner to start a we've got a Haas behind them of Pecan, and then we have, let's see, Dreamsy just started a lap, and then we've got let's see, we've got Sinister.
This may be the most active track we've ever had in qualifying.
Yeah, it's just nice. We've got a pretty good pit cycle here for all these drivers to keep action going at all times. So Sevapai starts his lap. I'm gonna jump up. Let's see, is this Diltak coming up final corner? Yes, it is.
Breezy just set a purple sector 1.
Let's see what he can do in the middle sector, and his teammates right behind him. Racer X had a bad lap his first lap out. He's only got a couple more sets of these soft compound tires to use. Breezy did not go purple in the middle sector though. So now we're following him through these final 2 corners. Let's see if he can put himself back onto provisional pole, or if his alpha teammate right behind can do so. Breezy comes across the line. We'll go up into P1, and Racer X slots in right behind him in P3. We've got
very impressive.
Peacock.
Dreamsy moves up into P2.
Dreamsy splits the gap there by 4 thousandths of a second. Beats out Snipper Pig for P2 provisionally. Jump down to Sevapai, one of our long-standing reserve drivers here, filling in for the Haas team this time around. He will come across the line, go into P9. Dulsac, one of my favorite drivers to watch, jumps up into P7. We've got a Ferrari. Snipper Pig jumps back up onto the top of the timesheets with a 1:03.98. Man, these drivers are really pushing that down.
Really great qualifying session so far.
Yeah, this is unbelievably close. Imran Thunder jumps up into P8. We've got the 2 racing points crossing the line. Shawsome puts in a time at least. His first lap of the session. Honos starting a flying lap. We've got 2 drivers taking the final corner here, Breezy and Dreamsy. Neither one of them going any faster. Looks like they were on cooldown laps of some sort. Or maybe Dreamsy's staying out to help Onos with the slipstream after the hairpin. I'm not quite sure. Man, this is a contested track. This is the smallest track other than Monaco on the calendar, so it's gonna go by very quickly.
Definitely a a test in track knowledge to be able to show all the drivers here.
Yeah, this is pretty. It's pretty tough because you got the pink and the blue dots and the yellow and the orange, but the problem is that there's 2 of each. Shawson finally puts in a competitive time, goes up into P. So all the drivers coming around the RP to the lane. For Ono take the lap and most put in his first lap of the session. He goes up into P7 for McLaren. We've got Ripper Rick coming in right behind him. Will stay in P5. We've got a red car of Sinister Owl crossing the line. We've got a Williams coming up. He's starting a lap. Jeez, this is hectic.
I know. It's definitely a struggle to show everybody's laps.
See, I'm gonna jump to get that money and run, see if he can improve from what he had before. Oh, he's 7.5 seconds off, so he made some sort of a mistake at some point. Looks like they're racing going into turn 4, a Renault and a Red Bull.
I love that high view of, I think it's turn 5 from very far up. It's very nice.
Yeah, it's a really great view. That's somebody's got them a deer stand right there, and they're getting paid a lot to film from it. That's a great view. Oh, I'm gonna jump over here to Glen Coco. He takes the final corner, and we'll go into P17. Real Space Hero does not improve. Call the Birdman next to cross the line. He goes up into P10. I believe that's Pecan starting a flying lap right behind. There's a yellow flag for Shawson, who is out of fuel, I believe.
That's a kind of a bad situation to be in.
Yeah. Thankfully, he does get it into the pit lane.
Racer X coming around in the final 2 corners.
He is 11 thousandths up. As long as he doesn't push too wide in either one of these corners, he will have a lap on his hands here. He jumps up into P3 right behind his teammate with a 104.574. What else? Let's see. We've got Dilsack and Dreamsy coming around to start flying laps. Who's that finishing a lap? That is Space. He is pulling into the pit lane. There's a yellow flag for Glen Coco, who has lost it in the final sector. No, that's Pecan coming around to finish his flying lap. Let's see if he can improve. He does not improve. 2 seconds off of his best time on that lap. With a little under 5 minutes left, this is getting down to be crunch time.
The Imperial coming to complete a lap on mediums.
And it is very much worth saying, unless, let's see. Okay, never mind. I saw Dilsack on mediums and thought he qualified P8 on mediums, but he did not. Dreamsy, purple in the middle sector for that McLaren team. See what he does now coming through the final 2 corners. A very tidy corner. Oh my, that was a very close Toro Rosso. So he comes around the final corner, and he does improve by 2/10, and he jumps up into P3, splits those 2 alphas.
Very good qualifying.
Wow, half a tenth in between those drivers.
The McLaren team had made a very good decision swapping Dreamsy into the full-time seat.
Absolutely.
He's definitely proved himself in the past few races.
Awesome. Coming around, the winner of the first round of the championship. Coming on the final corner to start another flying lap. Drew Yu, the best driver in the league, coming up towards the line, and he will stay in P19. Let's see. Coming around to finish his lap, but it looks like it is invalidated as the entire track map is red.
There is some lag on your mic. I'm not sure if it's through my end or yours, just letting you know.
Okay, that's wonderful to know.
And Lucas moves up to P9 with a 105.291.
Let's see. Who do we got coming? Glen Coco, Real Space Hero, Sinister Owl coming to finish a lap. He is starting a flying lap, and now in that Ferrari with 2 minutes left in this session, Racer X coming to complete an outlap now. Snipper Pig just went out for his final outlap of the session. Racer X put in a purple final sector on that outlap. So he is absolutely scorching right now. We have the two Haas drivers running close together. Sevapai right in front of Pecan. Sevapai may or may not be giving Pecan a tow here. And Sevapai, it looks like, has let Pecan go. So not going to go for that trickery that they were going for the last few rounds. Killed the Birdman, jumps up into P8 for Williams. A good qualifying position for him. Honos coming around now, crossing the line. Does not improve on that lap. See, that's Snipper. He's crossing the line to start a flyer.
Sinister Owl in the pit.
So Sinister, his quality session is all but over here. We've got a yellow flag in the final sector. Breezy loses it. Racer X does not improve. Breezy's tire will be very toasty here at the start of this lap from that spin. Oh no, no, that's Dreamsy coming around the final corner. We've got Pecan and Sevapai. Sevapai got past Pecan on that qualifying lap, so very interesting. Maybe Pecan was trying to show him, hey, I want the tow. So Pecan staying right behind him.
Hono spins it, coming towards the pit lane.
Unfortunate for Honos, and he's got to be careful here. He can easily get disqualified for blocking the track here. As now the expired. Be watching that timing sheet to see anything out of the ordinary. Racer X at Breezy will be the first driver around to complete a lap and be done session, but he goes wide in the final corner. Lap will not be any good, and Honos does get disqualified for being parked in a dangerous location. I totally expected it to happen. That's not what you want to see here. As now Dreamsy comes around the final corner and does not improve. We've got Pecan now coming through the final corner. Let's see if he improves. He's 1.5 tenths up, and he does improve, but is 0.04 of a second behind Ripper Rick, so he will stay in P6. As we jump up here to Snipper Pig, the last driver on track that hasn't finished their qualifying session, and he does peel off into the pit lane. So if
very good qualifying session.
Absolutely. That was unbelievable how close of a quality session that was. Snipper Pig, pole position by 35 thousandths of a second over Breezy. Dreamzy in P3, 44 thousandths of a second off of Snipper Pig. And Racer X, 0.175 off of Snipper Pig in P4. Incredibly close qualifying session. And do not forget that Honos was right in there with the 4 of them.
Yeah, really bad luck for Honos.
But there is your qualifying results. Snipper Pig once again taking pole position here in Austria. Breezy coming home in P2, and Dreamzy for Germany coming home in P3. Alfa Romeo is in P4. Ripper Rick in P5. Pecan is in P6. Kill the Birdman P7, Dilsack P8, Lucas P9, and Shawsome P10. Real Space Hero, Amran Thunder, get that money and run. A very uncharacteristic qualifying session from Sinister Owl, 705, Boss Fan, Glen Coco, Drew U, the Imperial, and the unfortunate disqualification of Onos will round out the grid for today's race.
Okay, now we are remaking the session as we use strict track cut penalties on qualifying, and that will be turned down for the race. And while we are doing that, we are going to have 2 interviews.
Now I will invite Breezy first. He will be our first special guest here. The Alfa Romeo driver who qualified in P2. Hello, Breezy. How are you doing today?
Doing good. How are you doing, fellas?
Doing
good.
Doing fantastic. A great, really close qualifying session there for today's GP. You end up qualifying in P2, but half a tenth separates first and third. How are you looking for your race pace today?
Definitely a lot better that it's not going to rain, because I hate the rain. Just hoping for a podium, maybe, in the rain, but now that it's not, I think I can win the race and hopefully get a 1-2 for Alpha.
And you guys have been wanting that 1-2 for Alpha the entire season, but I don't believe any team has actually grabbed that 1-2 yet. Do you guys think that you're going to be the first ones to do it here in Spielberg?
I mean, we definitely have a great chance. We're starting 2-4, and Austria is a track where anybody can win. Probably going to be a safety car. This track's crazy.
Who do you think is your biggest competition here? I know you're around a lot more than you're on this game a lot more than I am. So who do you think has the most pace here in Austria?
Honestly, Austria is a toss-up, but off qualifying, probably Snipper and Dreamzy. Honos, if he has to go to the back, that'd be unfortunate, but he's obviously pretty quick. If you stay in the DRS and slipstream, I think you can just get pulled along and anybody has a chance to win.
Yeah, this is one of those tracks that's notorious for DRS trains, and last season we had a 4 to 5 car pack battling for the lead the entire race, basically. So I'm looking forward to a really good race here today with an even closer qualifying than what we had last season.
It is looking like it is going to be a great race. Last week, I'll go back to last week, you had the best accidentally self-made strategy we have ever had.
I have no idea how that happened.
The crash you had was Dreamzy. You got so lucky to be able to just keep there, keep track position. You were one of the only people that picked because you had to fix damage, and it ended up being the strategy to beat. So congratulations on your win last time out. Maybe you can make it 2 for 2 in the past 2 weeks.
That's what we're going for. I'm honestly kind of lucky I didn't DNF at Canada because crash with Dreamsy was actually really rough, so could have easily taken both of our tires off.
Yep. Well, thank you for coming. I wish you good luck. And as well as Alfa Romeo, I wish the team good luck. And have fun. All right, thank you. It was Breezy, the second place man here in Austria. Now I am getting in the Haas driver of Pecan, the lonely boy, as of right now. We've got a Piglet fan in the chat. We've got a Real Space Hero fan.
And if any of you guys have any questions that you want us to ask for these interviews, it would be great for you to put those in the chat.
Yeah, I mean, if you have any questions yourself, let them fly, and I'll ask. As now we have Pecan 36, league owner and driver for the Haas F1 team. You qualified in P6, but after Honos gets his P5 back, you will be in P7. So not quite the qualifying you might have been looking for, but how is your race pace looking for this week?
I've always been a better racer than I have been a qualifier, whether that's real life or in the game. There's going to be a lot of good battles right up front, so it will definitely allow me to be in there to battle with them. So I feel like my race pace is definitely a lot better than my quali pace here.
Yeah, and I mean, if we go back to last year's Austrian GP, we had a 4 to 5 car pack for the lead almost the entire race, and I would not be surprised if that pack's even bigger this time around. I mean, the field's so much closer this year than it was last year. I am extremely excited for this Austrian GP. Last week, you finished up in P2, thought you had a chance for winning, but unfortunately for you, Breezy came up with the most ungodly strategy known to man and ended up taking it home. But a great drive for you last week, a good confidence drive as well.
Yeah, I just ran out of laps because I had the fastest car in that race. Canada has always been a track where I've always done well at, and it was a very unfortunate, but you know, I'm happy with the P2 finish and just trying to make sure that I get a good finish here today. I think Bossman started somewhere in the back for last year's race, so that definitely helps me out in the mindset of where I want to be.
I do have a quick question. We were talking to Breezy earlier about his strategy call in the last race. Do you think this race is going to require a lot of strategy, or in your mind, is it outright pace?
It all depends on what happens. I think if there's an accident that calls in a safety car, strategy will definitely come into play, because it looks like we're going to be able to get at least 13 to 15 laps on these softs and then go on the medium compound for the rest of the race. So it's definitely, if there is no wrecks, then it will definitely be pace, and if there is a wreck and a safety car does get called, then it will be interesting to see what the strategies will be.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and we all know that this motorsport is a strategy sport. So, thank you for coming, Pecan. I wish you good luck, and I wish you good luck in finding a permanent teammate in Haas.
I will try.
Yep, good luck, man.
Thank you.
Okay, that was our final interview for the night. It's looking like it's going to be a very good race. So,
yeah, I'm really excited for this one.
I know you usually ask this question, but I'm gonna jump in for this one.
Of course.
Who do you think your top 3 is?
All right. So, going off of my theme of picking underdogs to do well, I've picked Dilsack as a podium before, but he is way too unlucky. So I will pick his Toro Rosso teammate who qualified in P6 for today, Ripper Rick. And I think he's done 1 or 2 races with us already. He's now a full-time driver, I'm pretty sure, in the Toro Rosso car.
He is.
And quite frankly, I think he'll come home in P3. It's just tough to really say it, you know. God, I just... I'm going to go with Breezy takes the victory, makes it 2 in a row. Dreamzy comes in P2 and Ripper Rick in P3. And Snipper Pig speeds on the safety car and gets a drive-through penalty. That is my prediction for today's race.
I'm gonna say I hope that last prediction does not come true. But I think Dreamzy might come out for a win this race. And I think it's going to be followed by Racer X and his teammate Breezy.
So you're predicting 2 alphas on the podium?
Yes.
I respect it. I don't think we've had a Toro Rosso on the podium yet. I could be wrong, but I don't believe so. I'd like to see a Toro Rosso on the podium.
I would love to see it too. But what I would love to see and what I predict is 2 different things.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I gotta come out with these wild predictions so that everybody likes me, you know what I mean? I can't say the same thing every time. We got a few Real Space Hero fans in the chat. Carrying the flag for Mexico. The man, the myth, the legend himself. We've got drivers from all over the world here in this race. We've got a few Germans, Lucas and Dreamzy. We've got Drew, who is definitely an American, boss man. Yeah, quite frankly, I don't know why I started doing this because I'm gonna butcher every single one of these flags. John is from somewhere in the world. His existence is unknown. Yeah.
You know, I like to think of myself as an enigma.
Hey, if you live in the middle of nowhere, or if you live in the middle of the ocean, it is, let me think, what's the correct wording? It is free territory, so you can do whatever you want. And I know you are a big lover of lobotomies, so, but those are illegal, but they're not illegal out in the middle of the ocean, so, there you go.
I like to consider myself, I live in the plane between existence and non-existent.
I will be right back. I'm going to go grab a water right before we get started.
Sorry about getting a little off track there, but me and Damage like to have a little fun while we're waiting for this race to start. Sinister Owl's internet died, so we are currently waiting on him to return. And I think I'm not exactly sure what is going on with Sinister Owl at this point. So, who is currently in the chat? Who is watching this great race in Austria tonight? Looks like the race will be starting anytime soon. I was told that it will be starting 3 minutes. In 3 minutes, that was about 3 minutes ago. So, nice. Well, greetings from America. Like to see our international audience. Yes, good luck, boss man. And, shout out to you. I am not going to try and pronounce your name because I feel like I am going to disrespect you by butchering it, so... Come on, Jeff is, has got to be watching this race somewhere. Let's see it, Jeff. Marcelio?
All right.
Marcelio? I am being told to try and try and pronounce somebody's name in the chat.
It's Marcelo.
Marcelo? Okay. Wow.
It's Marcelo. Come on, John.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. It is quite obvious I did not take Spanish.
I can't roll my R's, and I know a double R is a rolled R. So I'm not even going to try to pronounce your last name, but the first name, it's not bad. We'll call you Marcel.
We are glad you're watching.
Yeah, thank you for watching. Thanks for tuning in. We'll make
same for Raphael.
Yeah, we'll make sure to tell Space that you guys are here to cheer him on. Shout out from Texas.
There you are, Jeff. And how's it going, Big R?
Man, this is going to be a great, exciting race we have on our hands here today. Once again, this is the UDL F1 League Season 2, Round number 7. Austrian GP here at the A1 ring. My name is Mr. Damage. This is Jonathan M. Ladeau calling today's race. And
it is going to be a great race.
Excited. I don't know about you, but I'm happy to be back in the booth, baby.
I am too. It's been a couple weeks because we had our WEC endurance opener last week, but I'm glad to be back.
Also to everybody, as we're going on our formation lap here, I would like to say, everybody please be safe, be careful in this terrible time we have on our hands here. Don't go outside, don't go do anything if you don't have to. And to all of you that are needed workers, that have to go to work every day, all of you that work in the hospitals, I thank you. You're a real help to society right now, and hopefully we can all work together to get through what we're going through now as a country and as a planet. So thank you all, and everybody please be safe.
Yeah, I completely agree with that sentiment. I'm considered an essential worker in my state, and it is it's not exactly the funnest thing going to work every day. Getting in people's cars that I'm, not sure where they've been, and it's everybody's got to be very careful.
Yeah, everybody just make sure you take all the safety precautions you can. Do what all of the doctors are telling everybody to do. Wash your hands if you're out every day. If you're a doctor or like John getting in people's cars constantly, just whenever you get home, take off all your clothes, go take a shower, and make sure you don't wear those clothes again. try as best as you can just to stay safe in this time of uncertainty here in the world. But man, I'm tired of all those bad vibes. I want these good vibes, baby. They're gritting up. The lights are about to fall. Flags waving.
Let's get ready for a great race, guys.
We've got an absolutely amazing camera angle here. Oh, never mind. We lost it. Dang.
I still got it.
4 lights, 5, and the lights are out and away. Austrian GP Snipper Bay gets off to a pretty good start there. Pulls out from Breezy, Dreamsy, and Racer X and Dreamsy side by side. There's a few drivers go off in the runoff area. There is a Toro Rosso backwards of Ripper Rick. To stop picking those Toro Rosso drivers. So Racer X now looking up the inside of Breezy. This might just cost him P3 here. His Dreams is looking to his outside. Pecan off to a great start up into P5 and Dulsac as well in P6. But a little further back is if a driver is in this RS train at the front of this field, they will have a chance of winning. That is if they can keep within DRS of the current race leader, Snipper Pig 007 Ferrari.
Great start to a race. We did have a little bit of an incident with Ripper Rick, but everybody seemed to keep it clean, get around the wreck, and didn't have any safety cars, so that's good.
Yep. It's always nice to see there aren't any safety cars right there. A bit wide there in the penultimate corner, but getting it all bound back together. Snipper already almost out of that 1 second barrier to Breezy. If he can get out of that DRS zone, that'll be really helpful for his race to just try to pull away. There's a huge battle going on in the back of the field here.
Real Space Hero seemed to be lagging sorry, that was not Real Space Hero, that was Ripper Rick. Seemed to be lagging pretty bad coming down the first straight. But nobody was harmed, so let's just hope it doesn't continue.
Relentless attack from Dreezy as touch with Breezy just a little bit. Get that money and run. Some good defensive driving there on the McLaren of Honos to hold on to P7 for now. And Pecan has caught up to the battling Dreamsy and Racer X. Breezy has closed the gap to Snipper just a little bit to stay in that DRS range.
Snipper making good work of that clean start, trying to pull away from Breezy.
It's going to be hard to do if Breezy puts in fastest laps of the race every lap, and now the top 5 are all in this DRS train, and it will be almost impossible for Snipper Pig to get away with all 3 of these DRS zones here in Spielberg at the A1 ring.
Interesting, the fact that there is so much DRS here, seeming that it's such a small track.
Well, that's the reason that it has DRS, is because the straights aren't long enough for the slipstream to take effect as well. Except for the back straight, all the other ones aren't really too long.
We got a really tight race in the back here.
Yeah, they are battling it out back here in the outside of the points.
Up at the front, everybody's just kind of settled in line, but back in the back of the points and further, they're really battling it out.
Oh my, Shawsome tried to send it up the inside of the penultimate, didn't quite make it stick. Ripper Rick has spun in the final 2 corners, so Ripper Rick his race is absolutely falling apart. Drew Yu, Shawsome, and Glenn Coco all battling it out. Drew Yu losing out on 2 places there to Shawsome and Glenn. Now Glenn trying to gain 2 spots in the span of 2 corners with the help of DRS, and he will get it done on Shawsome. Racing there from these guys. In the back of this field, we've got Real Space Hero and Lucas battling it out for the back of these points. Jump down to Shawsome and Glenn Coco. They're side by side coming up towards turn 4. Great driving here, nice and clean between these 2 drivers as now they come up towards turns 5, 6, and 7. and Shawson will have the inside line and will continue to hold on to P13.
Up at the front, the top 5 seem pretty content on just staying in line currently.
You know, every time you say that, it change, and they are going to battle. Breezy looks like he might be trying something against Snipper, so we're side by side, 2 by 2 for the top 4 positions. Breezy does not get it done on Snipper, but in Racer X trying to hold on. Pecan trying to take advantage of this and take 2 and 1 here. He's looking up the inside of Racer X. Wow, that was close.
And he gets it done.
Yeah, great move there for Pecan to get up onto the podium. Awesome job from him.
Very, very risky move, but he got it done cleanly.
Yeah, that was incredibly close. You couldn't have put a piece of paper with cars. Great move there from Pecan. But now they are outside of the DRS, and that will be huge for their race. Breezy, they're going to have on either Pecan having enough pace or Breezy making any sort of mistake or slowing down Snipper while trying to take this lead away. Breezy looking to the outside of Snipper, coming up towards the hairpin here, and he will get it done before the braking zone with the help of DRS. Racer X trying to get back past Pecan, and Pecan will go back to position. They are side by side. Snipper holding on to P2 for now. Dreamsy trying to get back up into P4. And just like that, Pecan went from 5th to 3rd last lap. Then this lap, he went from 3rd to 5th.
That really just shows you how close these drivers are. One small mistake and you lose 2 positions.
Yeah, this is absolutely incredible. Now it's going to be crucial for the other alpha driver of Racer X to get into Snipper's slipstream if he wants to stay in touch of these top 2. As he gains a few tenths there on Snipper, but Snipper will have this DRS coming down the pit straight.
Honos right on the back and get that money and run.
Racer
down
X
in the middle of the points.
Racer X might have made it into DRS. No, he did not. He now is within 1 second, but wasn't there in time.
Incredible camera angle.
Snipper Pig gets past Breezy there to take back the lead of this race, and this will allow the rest of these drivers to be back within DRS, and the DRS train will commence.
I saw a bit of a, I think, a front wing fly off in the 2nd straight. I'm not sure what that was or where it came from.
Let's see. It's not off of Snipper's car. It's not off of Breezy's. It could be from debris from earlier.
I think it was Honos's end plate.
Oh yes, it was Honos without his left front end plate. So Honos will really be hurting from that one. With all of these right-hand turns around this track, he's going to be really in pain. Is Imran
Thunder
has retired. Let's try to figure out where. And Ripper Rick also, there's been a huge shunt here apparently, and they're both off of the track, and we have a virtual safety car. See, we've got Boss Man coming up. I'll go into the T-Cam here. Let's see what happened. Maybe we can't really see it. We know that Ripper Rick and Imran Thunder both are out of this race.
This could be a very good situation for some of these drivers.
I will say it isn't a full safety car, so it's not quite as beneficial to some people, but it is still a safety car nevertheless. And look at Breezy is right on the back of Snipper in the safety car period. Is now the safety car is, we go green, and Breezy immediately goes to the inside of Snipper. Coming out of the final corner, they're side by side coming up into turn 1, but Snipper will hold on to it with a better run out of the final corner. And now here they all come. All of them more or less within a second. Dreamsy looking to the inside of Breezy. Breezy thinking about a drive up the inside of Snipper. Dreamsy trying to go up the inside here in turn 3. And he still is on the inside of Snipper. Now we'll pull back in line. We'll pull back out of line and try to get it done in turn 4. We'll have the inside line here, and he will clear the Ferrari. Breezy now trying to get up the inside. Will not quite make it. But wow, some great drive there between those drivers at the front.
Very good.
Peacock drops down second, top 4. So unfortunate for the Haas driver there, who was very shortly on the podium. Now finds himself in P5 in no man's lane. He's really going to have to push to get back up here to these lead drivers.
Dreamsy just followed by a sea of red behind him.
Yeah. Ferrari A and B team really trying to hound him right now. As they come up towards turn 3, nothing cook at all. Breezy having a little bit of a cheeky look on the inside of Snipper, but nothing to really come out of that. Breezy though got a bad exit. Racer X looking to his outside here, coming up towards turn 4. And it looks like he might be able to hold it around the outside. They're still side by side, but he'll have the inside for turns 5 and 6. Breezy trying to hold on to it around the outside. Great racing between the two alphas. All this is doing is just chances keeping up with the front.
Dreamsy and Snipper really need to just use this to their advantage to get away. Real space here right on the back of Honos. Looking to make a move, I think.
Yeah, Honos is in a Red Bull sandwich here. Got that, get that money and run, Honos, and then Real Space Hero. Space might just take advantage of Honos going wide there in the final corner. He's right on the back of that McLaren. The McLaren has a little bit more top speed there coming up towards turn 1. Honos once again understeering wide with that in plate lost, and he will be he sells the dummy on to get that money and run, and they both go wide, get that money and run, misses his braking point, and this will allow Real Space Hero up into P7.
Great move.
So great driving there from Real Space Hero to take advantage and get up into some really good points there in P7.
Snipper
jumping
trying to make
up to this battle for the lead. Snipper. Oh, Snipper loses the back end, but he saves it. Great driving there from Snipper, but he's going to lose a bunch of time from that. As he drops down into P3. Save. My heart. Oh, that was that was tough to watch, but all of that with Snipper almost dropping it there in the penultimate corner. This has allowed Dreamsy to get over a 1 second gap to Breezy behind him. And if he can pull just a little bit in this middle sector, he's got a chance of pulling away here in this race without them having DRS. Very big part of this race right now for Dreamsy if he can make this gap bigger.
Dreamsy has really been impressing with the few races that he's done. Driving
exceptionally well in that McLaren. Speaking of exceptional, oh my, Real Space Hero goes up the inside of turn 5 and makes it stick. Great driving there. Racer X has lost it in the penultimate corner. Trying to get into the pit lane, he broke his front wing. Snipper is in the pits for what I'm assuming is only stop. Racer X will lose a lot of time here, having to change his front wing.
Glenn Coco, 5-second penalty for a severe collision with Drew Yu.
Shows like they had a pretty big crash.
Oh, get that money gets loose coming out of turn 1.
They make contact now, coming down the back straight. Is now almost and get that money run side by side once again. They're wheel banging it, and Onos will take the position back. Snipper Pig comes out right behind these two battling, so this might could lose him a ton of time. Onos locks up coming into turn 4. Snipper's really yelling at these fools to hurry up. As now
we have a Pecan fan in my chat.
As now we have Dreamsy and Breezy coming to the pit lane, as well as Pecan. Dulsac staying out for another lap. Will Space Hero staying out. Ono staying out. And get that money and run. Will be coming in. Snipper will be screaming at these guys in front of him to go into the pit lane. And this has lost him so much time. Look at Breezy and Dreamsy. They came out. Breezy behind Real Space Hero, but importantly Dreamsy in front of the whole pack. So all of the leaders in this race have came out in traffic. Breezy will make the move and get it done on Real Space Hero, but Snipper Pig trying to get past Onos. Will have DRS to try to get by, and Snipper will finally get past Onos. He is losing time hand over fist behind this traffic.
It's good to see everybody in the chat, by the way. Shout out to Dylan, the Pecan fan.
As now Breezy is released, so this might just be a 2-horse race for the time being. Real Space Hero will be coming into the pit lane here. Onos and Shawsome going very wide there. Looked like they were really close there coming through the final 2 corners. Onos continuing on for another lap.
Finally free from traffic. Now he's got to really focus to get back up to Breezy and Dreamsy.
And now he's all 2.5 seconds behind. He's going to have to really hope that they start battling quite a lot here. Pecan and Shawsome side by side. Pecan makes the move stick onto the Racing Point driver. Racer X all the way down in P10. Quite a few seconds behind the guys he was battling with before his spin and then before he pit as well. He's now coming into turn 4 and they are going out of turn 7 now. So, huge time loss there for Racer X. Breezy have a little bit of a peek up the inside of turn 9. Thinks better of it as now Dilsack pits out of the lead. Dreamsy goes a little bit wide there in the final corner. But this will release Breezy and Dreamsy to battle for the lead once again with Snipper in P3.
Snipper has a whole over 2.5 seconds to make up, which will be very difficult with those two having DRS.
Yeah, usually going for the undercut isn't that bad idea. But track with how small it is very easy to be a full pit stop behind, or full pit stop ahead of the guys towards the rear of the field. As now we are side by side coming through turn 4. Dreamsy with a great launch there out of turn 4. We'll hold on to P1 now. Racer X and Dulsac side by side in the middle of the field here. Racer X trying to make his comeback tour. Glen Coco has retired from the session and has left, so Glen Coco in that Renault unfortunately will be out of the session. Racer X up into P6 is now right on the back of Sevapai in P5, who has not pit yet. He is on an alternate strategy here. Racer X looking up the inside into turn 9. This is a crazy move to try to pull, get it done. So Racer X back up into P to try to overcome now. 12.5 seconds draw in front.
Snipper Pig losing time on Breezy.
Yeah, Snipper Pig and Pecan are basically in no man's land at this point. Unless these two really start battling here in the front of this field, they might just be the only two really in contention.
Looking to make a move on Dilsack.
7-5 trying to get this position back from Dilsack, but pulls back in line a little too far back to make the move stick down into 4. There's now Breezy and Dreamsy coming down the back straight once again. Breezy in that DRS, looking to the outside once again. They're side by side, wheel to wheel, coming up to the hairpin. Breezy trying to get a nice over under there onto Dreamsy, and the more these two battle, the closer Snipper Pig will get. Breezy trying to go to the outside here, up towards turn 4. Will go for it. Let's see if he can get it done. Goes a little bit wide there, gets into the grass, and that'll allow Dreamsy to hold on to the position for now. But Breezy's looking very punchy in that Alpha.
Very close racing all throughout the field, really.
Yeah, Austria brings some really good racing to the table here. Got a lot of dots in close proximity on our mini-map. It's pretty hard to figure out what battle to follow. I'm going to jump back up here to the front of this field. Breezy right on the back of Dreamsy. This might just be a theme for the rest of this race. The Alpha with DRS coming up towards turn 3. Once again, he looks to the inside this time. Let's see if he can get it done. Dreamsy trying to hold on to it on the outside, gets a better exit than Breezy, but Breezy will have DRS and is looking up the inside. A little bit of contact there in the middle of the straight. Breezy trying to get it down up the inside. Let's see if Dreamsy can hold on to the outside once again like he did one previous time, but no, he will not. He will drop down into P2 and Breezy will take the lead.
Very good racing between those two. Oh, while that was happening, Real Space Hero moved up into 7th, passing Sebopie.
Real Space Hero on a real charge after a not so great qualifying session. He's carving his way through the field, trying to get up to Dilsack there in the Toro Rosso. Jump back up to the front. Dreamsy looking up the inside of Breezy here on the back straight and will easily fly past Breezy with the help of DRS coming up towards the hairpin.
Those McLarens look really fast in a straight line.
They've got that on lock. You know, that's the best racing setup you have. You can be as fast as you want to in the corners, but around a track like this, if you're fast on the straights, it's going to be very hard to get overtaken.
Snipper Pig slowly reeling in the top 2.
Yeah, as they battle, Snipper will catch up a bit. Real Space Hero does get past Dilsack at turn 4, so Space up into P6. Great from the Red Bull driver.
Great position.
Trying to say that he is the best driver in that midfield.
Who?
Now, Real Space Hero trying to say that he is the best driver in the midfield.
Yep.
As now, Dreamsy and Breezy once again. Here comes Dreamsy. Breezy went up the inside at turn 3. Dreamsy trying to look up the inside here towards turn 4, but not quite close enough to get it done. So Breezy will take back the position here. Oh my.
Great camera angles at this course. Somebody needs to get a raise.
Yeah, these are absolutely fantastic. These are way better than those camera angles at Baku that we always have to complain about. These are really nice.
Yes.
So now we come down the pit straight once again, up the hill towards turn 1. Dreamsy using as much road as possible there, trying to get a good run, and he does. He gets a great exit on Breezy and will be completely in front of him before he even opens his DRS. Amazing exit from Dreamsy there.
Incredible.
So Dreamsy will take back over P1.
They are catching lap traffic. That is the best drive in our league, Drew Yu.
And all of this battling, look at Sniffer Pig right behind, 1.2 seconds back. So it is now turned into a 3-horse race as soon as that Ferrari gets up into the mix.
Incredible racing so far. It does not feel like 22 laps have passed.
Absolutely not. We've got Onos and Get That Money and Run side by side coming up towards turn 4. Onos trying to keep it up the inside of Get That Money and Run, and we'll hold on to it. Racer X gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings.
That's pretty difficult at this track.
Extending is pretty easy to do around here. So
yeah, true. The last sector, yes.
Yeah. Just looking at the positions gained and lost here. Breezy up a spot, Dreams spot, Big falling down as of Econ. Positions on 1 position. The biggest mover so far in the field is Real Space Hero in P6, who has moved up 6 positions. So he qualified in P12 and just drove his way all the way up into P6. A great drive from the Red Bull driver so far.
Currently only about 3 seconds behind, or 2 seconds behind Racer X with that penalty. So he might be looking for a top 5 if he can get out that pace.
Yeah. If he can get it done. He can get it done. It's now Breezy and Dreamsy once again battling it out for the lead here. Dreamsy looking up the inside of Breezy for the 50th time here, and will get it done up towards turn 3, but Breezy trying to get the under onto Breezy. Breezy looking up the inside, but with his DRS open, but doesn't quite get a good enough exit to hold the speed onto Dreamsy in that McLaren. So now they come through the middle sector.
Sniffer Pig so close to DRS range now.
Yeah, he's just right there.
2 thousandths out.
And now he is barely in it. Now he's out of it. It's gonna be close at the detection point. Right there, he's 1,000th away from having it at the detection point.
So close.
As now Dreamsy and Breezy and Big all go through turn 1 here. Sniffer for sure will have DRS this time around. No, he doesn't. Wow. Breezy and Dreamsy side by side. Breezy comes across, will take the racing line, and will take back P1 away from the McLaren driver. That Ferrari now finally has DRS on the pair behind. Now Breezy holds on to P1 for now in that Alfa Romeo.
This is about to be a very, very close race for the lead.
Yeah, this is shaping up to be. Did you notice there's only 11 left?
Huh?
Do you notice there's only 11 laps left?
Honestly, I can't believe it. This race has gone by so quickly with all the passing, and wow. Yeah,
this has been absolutely incredible. Sniffer truly within the mix now in the Ferrari. Breezy still holding on out front. Dreamsy right behind him in P2 in that McLaren. It will be looking to try to make a move. We've got the Renault of the Imperial up ahead. a bit lapped.
Hopefully the run out does not get in the mix here. Just lets him by cleanly.
So now Dreamsy takes a little bit of a peek to the inside of Breezy, trying to throw him off just a little bit, but Breezy has none of it. Imperial very graciously lets the top 3 by there in the middle sector, so kudos to the Imperial. We've got a battle here between Onos and Dilsack. Onos taking away P7 as well. Space Hero losing time to Racer X ahead, and Onos as well behind. So Space might be in for a shot at P6 if he do a great job of defending that position.
Snipper Pig slipping in and out of DRS range.
Yeah, you can tell these drivers are pushing in front of Snipper here, that they are being able to just hold him out, just barely outside of that DRS.
They have incredible pace for drivers that are battling lap after lap.
Yeah, this is incredible to see them pull away from the rest of this field while also battling each other. It really just shows how much faster these two are at the moment. This Bossman comes into pit and puts on a set of soft compound tires. So maybe this is a 2-stop race. I'm not quite sure. I was assuming it would be a 1-stopper. But
it seems like it would be a 1-stop. They ran about 14 laps on the softs. So I would assume you'd be able to last longer on the mediums. That's just kind of a normal thing, but
he may have had some sort of an incident or something. Got a little bit of damage. Dreamsy getting back past Breezy here up into turn 3 once again. And once again, Snipper just barely outside of the DRS zone of these two.
Snipper he needs them to start battling in a section that is going to lose them time to really get into that.
Yeah, this is as long as these two are pretty clean, Snipper might not have a chance of catching up. But as we say that, he is within the range of DRS, and Onos takes away P6 from Space Hero, but Space trying to battle it, but can't quite hold on to it. So to all you Space fans, he's down into P7 now, and he's going to have to defend from Dilsack, as we have Drew Yu in the barrier in the middle sector.
Snipper Pig is now in DRS range.
So this has turned into a 3-horse battle for the lead. I already said that once, but now it is truly, because he is well within the DRS range now. Any mistake these two make, he is there to pounce.
They've been clean the entire race, but getting down to these last few laps, you know how drivers tend to get impatient.
As we have these wonderful cameras here through the next 2 corners. Absolutely fantastic. Drew Yu retires from the session. Thankfully goes into the pit lane before he does retire. Hopefully the car doesn't come back out onto the track, as now the leaders come around the final corner once again. Wow.
This has been a fantastic race so far.
Yeah, this has been absolutely incredible here. Out of these top 2 drivers so far, top 3 soon to be, is now Breezy had a little bit of a look to the inside of Dreamsy, not quite close enough to make any sort of a diving move. Looks like Breezy's just trying to save ERS for now. Try to force Dreamsy into using some. They all 3 have a pretty equal amount of ERS left in the tank. Dreamsy has the most, out of these three drivers.
These Dreamsy and Breezy are proof of how the level of talent that this league has. To be able to battle this hard the entire race and not really make any contact is very incredible.
Yeah, these two drivers have been this has been one of the cleanest race-long battles that we have had, as now they both go into turn one once again. Dreamsy gets a very good exit out of all of the important corners, and that is really allowing him to stay ahead on this straight especially. As now Breezy looks to the inside, outbrakes himself just a little bit, and now Snipper's right on the back of both of them. Dreamsy holds on to it, gets a good exit. Breezy does not have DRS. Snipper looking to the inside, but will hold position for now. So we're still holding station in terms of position, but it's getting a little close as Breezy loses the back end just a little bit coming out of turn 4.
Snipper is ready to take that position from Breezy at any moment.
Oh man, Bossman puts in a new fast. So Bossman outside of the points right now. He needs to get up into 10th to get an extra point.
We have seen Snipper be extremely cautious, but when it comes down to those final few laps, if he really needs to make a move, he's not afraid to.
This helicopter cam is absolutely amazing. Coming up the hill, Breezy looking up the inside. Dreamsy trying to hold on to it around the outside. Breezy does a great job parking it on the apex and will hold on to it for now, but Dreamsy with all of that straight line speed will be coming right back at him here towards turn 4. They're side by side, wheel to wheel here. Breezy going for the cutback here, coming out of turn 4. Will now have to go around the outside of turns 5 and 6, but he won't even need to. A great move there from Breezy to take P1 away.
From Breezy. That
was incredible between these two, as we have Sevapai in the wall ahead of these drivers. Hopefully he does stay off of the racing line, so he will allow these three to continue on racing just like this. Man, I want that blimp cam again, or the heli cam again. Where has that been this whole race?
I want that for the full track.
Yeah, where has that been this whole race? Is now Breezy coming down the back straight. Dreamsy looking to the outside, will pull all the way past with the help of DRS.
Incredible top speed from the McLarens today.
Sevapai has retired from the session in the final corner. Now Snipper still right there, trying to sniff it out, see what happens here. If either one of these two make a mistake, that Ferrari is going to be right in there ready to pounce.
He is not giving them any room to make a mistake.
And I don't know if you guys remember how close these three drivers were in qualifying, but half a tenth separated the three in quali, and it's showing right now. This is
Formula One.
this is the peak right here. This is an incredible race. No matter how bad I wanted it to rain, we couldn't have had a rain this good, or a race this good with rain. As now Breezy loses a little bit of time to Dreamsy there in the final sector, but will gain it all back with the help of DRS. His ERS deployment has really been used up quite a lot. Trying to go up the inside of Dreamsy. Snipper could have just gotten the better exit than both of these drivers. Breezy will not have DRS. Trying to hold on to the inside, will jump right into that tiny little gap right before the corner there, and loses the back end once again coming out of turn 4. You can really tell these drivers are struggling with their tires here on lap 34 out of 36. Whew, we're ready for a good one.
These last two laps are going to be intense for these three drivers.
This is absolutely unbelievable how close these three drivers are here. So they all come flying out of that final corner one by one by one. Looks like Dreamsy got a great exit there in the final corner. It's really fun to watch how wide they go on those curbs in the braking to just widen the corner as much as possible. It's great to see. It's really nice to see them adopting those lines. As now Breezy not quite close enough to try to move on Dreamsy this time around. Maybe he's just waiting to try to do it on the last lap of the race, but he doesn't have too much ERS deployment left. On the other hand, the Ferrari right behind has almost all of his ERS in the tank, so he can use all of it up here on this last lap.
I think he had a strategy going for this last lap.
Let's see whose strategy comes out on top here. Dreamsy going for it and keeping the lead, coming onto the final lap. Breezy right behind him in P2, and Snipper right behind the pair of them in P3 in that Ferrari. I'm not sure if the Ferrari power unit is illegal like it was last season in this game, but Snipper's going to be really hoping for that performance boost here. Dreamsy going all the way to the right-hand side. Breezy has to go around the outside here, coming up towards turn 3. Oh, this is so close. Breezy goes wide. Dreamsy holds on to the position for now. They're still side by side. Snipper Pig right there behind the pair of them. He's boxed in, though. Doesn't really have anywhere to go. Dreamsy still trying to hold on to the inside of Breezy. Breezy holding on to the outside. It is so close between these three drivers right now. Dreamsy now will be trying his hardest to get past here as they come around into the final sector, the last sector of the race. Breezy gets a little bit too much curve there in the middle of the corner. He is almost out of ERS, all three of them, as they come through the final two corners. Dreamsy right on the back of Breezy. Let's see if he can get a better exit, maybe with DRS, get the lead here. This is going to be such a close finish here, and Dreamsy! Who won?
Who won? It says...
It says Breezy, but I think Dreamsy was ahead. Oh, I'm watching it back on my stream right now. Dreamsy got the win. Dreamsy was ahead by a front wing. Dreamsy, I believe, won the Austrian GP.
That was easily the closest race we've ever had.
Oh my
God.
Oh.
We're just
my.
speechless.
Okay, Breezy and Dreamsy take part in one of the closest finishes. I don't know if this is closer than USA last year. What was closer?
This was closer. USA last year was 0.04.
What is the gap between these two? It's showing Dreamsy in P2.
Yeah, it did. But on our screen, in the stream, it looks like Dreamsy passed the line first.
So, the finish of this race will be under further review because I'm pretty sure the game's wrong. From our view, Dreamsy was ahead by a front wing. So, the top two spots are unknown. I don't know who won. But Snipper MP3, Pecan MP4, RacerX MP5, and Honos MP6. Shawsome ends up taking P7 away from Real Space Hero. Dilsack MP9 to get that money to run. Rounds out the points MP10. Bossman, Lucas, Kill the Birdman, and the Imperial, the last drivers to finish the race. Sevapai, Drew Yu, Glen Coco, Ripper Rick, and I'm Red Thunder are your DNFs.
Wow, that was incredible. I don't know what to say after that finish.
Oh my God. So
yeah, the race, the winners will be determined later, and we will tell you guys or is it next week or the week after?
Next week.
Okay, yeah, it will be announced next week on the stream, but we can't tell the first place winner right now.
I had a better camera angle for this. I had an overhead view. So I will find the exact point that they cross the line, put it on 0.25 speed, and we'll see. Oh my God.
Wow. Yeah, so I guess,
Thank you all for watching.
Yep.
This has been the Austrian GP here in the UDL F1 League Season 2 of the championship. My name, of course, has always been Mr. Damage. I, Jonathan M. And I will see you guys next week. And goodbye.
Good night, everyone.
What the heck? It's all screwed up.